And welcome to this video, some Frontier video. Sorry about the mess of this room. Thought I would tell you about a wee motherload I've got. And this motherload is as follows. I have been given, from the guy who gave me the Toshiba A800, the time K520-A7, and several Dell Latitude power supplies. I've been given some monitors, because not for me, but for Aberdeen Action on Disability, for both RetroFest and for the job club, we have monitors. So let's have a wee look. First off, we have this fine wee number from Dell. It's a 17-incher, I think. Seems to go well with the rest of my gear, because Dell is doing quite well in my collection at the moment. I have this, the Dell Latitude D800, absolutely perfect condition, although I did need to replace the optical drive. But as it's a Dell Latitude, it was really quite simple. That was literally a case of just pulling one out and slotting the new one in, and then just pushing the catch in the way. I also have a Yama, however you pronounce it. In fact, what I mean to say is, wow, I have a Yama. These are really good monitors. They've always been quite pricey. So the fact that I have one of those is just amazing. Wow. And the fact that Aberdeen Action on Disability has one of those. Next off the block is an NEC. It's a 19-inch. And look how thick it is. Just amazing. You know, how we've come on. Compare, if you will, to my 21-inch Hewlett Packard, which is quite a wee bit thinner, but not by much. But this is an HD monitor. And then the last one, the last screen I have, is another NEC. So, if there's one thing that I'm not, it's short on flat screens. And I felt like the luckiest lad in the world when I got one for my Christmas. In 2005, I remember that, it was a median, it was a 17-inch. Colours were all washed out, but never mind. Okay. And another thing I have, so I'm just going to have to just drop this down. I have is this Toshiba laptop. I've never seen one that's got an outside case design like this, but when I open it up, it does look a wee bit more familiar. It seems to have a multifunction mouse button, and it's a Satellite Pro 46000. Back when Satellite Pros were something to own. And it's an Intel Celery, and it looks in absolutely amazing condition. It's got floppy and CD-ROM drives. It's got a manual volume control, and it seems to have a modem port. Sorry about the camera work. There's infrared, headphone, microphone socket, and a manual volume control. Oh, have a wee tour around it. There's speakers. I heard a noise. Turns out it was my iPod in my jacket pocket. I've pressed the play button on it. Kind of looks like it would be... I don't know. It's from the same era as the Satellite 2505 CDS. That was Billy Corr's first laptop. I found one on eBay. I got it. It's dead. But I did get a power supply, I think, for this one, so it might actually go. Which is nice. It'll be good to see it going. Anyway, this looks like it's a battery component. 2 PCMCIA slots. Power button. I can't imagine that that would actually power the machine on. Unless it's plugged in. There's 2 USB ports on the back. IEEE 1284 parallel port. RS-232 serial port. We have a docking station port here. VGA out. We also have composite out. PS2 mouse and keyboard port, and it actually is for both mouse and keyboards. And your power jack. On the other side I've got the CD-ROM drive. And a lot of these controls and a lot of the switch gear looks like it's been taken from the... what machine? The Satellite CDS, the 2505 CDS. It kind of looks very similar when just kind of looking along on the sides, like a Satellite 2505 CDS. Now, however, this is the Satellite Pro, and like I said, it was back when Satellite Pros were something to own. Nowadays, I sadly do not believe that that is the case. I remember in 2005 using a Satellite Pro. It was an Intel Celeron of sorts. I think it must have been a 1.5, it was a 1.6, I believe. And the thing about it is, it had 256 megs of RAM, 64 megs of which was used by the onboard video graphics, leaving it with 192 megs of RAM. Net result, it would take 10 minutes to boot from cold with that thing. It was absolutely terrible. Seriously, it needed new RAM, it needed... I don't know what it needed. It needed a Linux distro that would actually run with it, because XP was just not happening. A gig of RAM might have done it. In fact, a gig of RAM probably would have done it. But yeah. Anyway, enough about me bitching about old laptops that didn't work right. I guess if I was given that laptop now, for my business, I'd get it going. So, there we have it. 4 monitors, which are going to Aberdeen Action on Disability. Deaf Culture's on tonight. So I'm trying to get in contact with the person who's opening up and see if they will pick me up with the monitor so that I can have a wee bit of room. And talking of Action on Disability, today is all spoken for because I've got to fix this wee guy, which is a Sempron 1.8, 1.9 I do believe. It has a gig of RAM, and despite its age and specification, I think this is an eppy wee PC and I love using it. So it's kind of a shame that it's all went horribly, horribly wrong. So I'm going to need to do a full data backup on this thing. There's a lot of important documents, contents of which I shall not reveal to anyone in here. And it's basically going to be time for a brand new Windows XP install. And by the time the machine comes back, it's going to be, it's just going to be usable again. And we'll have some new monitors. That's because J. Wakefield Computers works quite closely with Aberdeen Action on Disability. But there, that's a completely different thing. Anyway, oh, and this is a Dell Latitude D800. Enjoy. I got this 1.6 GHz UXW Bell approved. Although he has Windows 2000 on head, I kind of mind if his was a 1.6 or 1.4. But mine, I've got it running fine enough with Windows XP. It's got 512 megs of RAM on it. It's fine enough. But yeah. So, like I said, oh, and I do have a customer's laptop around here somewhere as well. Yes, there it is. It is in a safe place. But I do have a lot to do today. So, you know, I'm going to get started on this computer, because if I can get it going, then, you know, I can deliver that back tonight. You know, and then it will literally be ready for Monday morning, for the start of the new working week. So, with that in mind, I'm going to end this video now, and I'm going to say thank you all for watching, and I hope you all subscribe. Instructions on how to do so are going to follow. It's the usual way. And I also would like to say, please tune in again for my next videos. Thank you very much.